Hello, thou art that. Yeah, well, okay, we disagree on metaphysics. I guess I won't go into that. I don't really understand why you think you need it, but I'm sort of getting the idea it's because you want to be able to grasp these internal ideas that don't have an obvious, tangible correlate, say. And I could think of an example of this. I mean, take a feeling, an aesthetic feeling of appreciation that you can have at a beautiful vista or when you're looking at a flower. You know, if you have a feeling like that while you're experiencing the vista or the flower, you know why that sense of awe has come. But it's possible we're biochemistry, so let's just grant an idea that maybe I would have that idea because of biochemistry. It just comes wafting through my mind. Well, when it comes through my mind and we're not at the vista, we're not having that experience, that seems intangible. It would be hard to associate that. And you and I both want a way to grab ideas like that as they go by and still speak of them. All I'm saying is that, for example, let's say the mind is like this contraption with all these water wheels and whatnot, and so the water can flow through it. You set it in the water. When the water flows through it, the wheels start turning, and the water that's rushing into the machine is like your sense inputs, and then the wheels turn, and it creates swirls in the water. The water gets all turbulent, and some of the water is a back current. It's swirling around, so some of it's coming upstream, and you're looking at it and you're going, wait, this is the sense. This is the direction the senses information comes from. Look, these are coming from the other direction. But really, it's just that the water's churned up. It all has to come from the river and from upstream, in some long-term sense. And so, I don't know why you need a metaphysics and why you can't just call these, principles that you're using in a given context of reasoning. In terms of the duality issue, I actually do not agree. I do not see a duality anymore. I believe the duality has been unified by understanding that it's a relationship. So the sentient and the sensible, are in a relationship, and there isn't really an oppositional structure. You're just looking on that relationship from different ends, okay? And I don't see any remnants of dualism. I mean, I can imagine going back in time, trying to explain this weird fact that in one sense I seem like I'm in a dream world, in another sense the dream world's constructed to match reality, so maybe I am in reality, and that's sort of very confusing. And, proposing that there's a dualistic physical world can make some sense. It was weird for them to say, well, it's dualist, there's physical and then there's non-physical, but that's okay, because in our abstraction of the thought process, human thought process, it seemed immaterial in some sense, but we were wrong. And now, over all this time, you were right, that in a dualist model, it begs the question, what is the relationship? And we find now that the relationship, between the sentient and the sensible is one of this relationship, and to me everything therefore seems sensible in that picture. And so I don't see a dualism anymore. I think with what we know, we're past dualism, and that's part of the point, that we have to just go all the way past dualism, and really that in a way the final step in getting this concept into this new threshold, this new kind of an attitude about thinking and about pure reason, is to embrace the concept of the embodied mind, that you need a body to think. There is no pure reason without it. So, yeah, I don't consider those things metaphysics, and I don't believe we need something similar to metaphysics because we are faced with the duality. I think that there isn't so much of a duality. We have one thing, and it's our stream of perceptions, and everything that we think is by these perceptions, running through the machine. If you were to put that machine in still water, the wheels would not turn. To do a thought experiment where you put it in still water, and then say the wheels turn, is just, it's a false question, I believe. So anyway, cheers, bye.